The weather conditions at the time were temperatures of approximately 0 degrees centigrade with a northeasterly wind gusting between 15 and 42 knots. The line has a previous history of conductor galloping and ice loading, which has resulted in severe conductor damage, worn fittings and even the failure of tower steelwork. It's Saturday 1st of Feb, 11:45, and we're at Charlie Ford watching conductor galloping. It spans from 101 to about 104. Conditions are awful. Charlie Ford is a small village between Bacup and Tomadan on the A681. This is one of the most exposed sections of the line at an altitude of about 380 metres. Severe conductor deflection is occurring on all three phases of both circuits of the line. One interesting feature is the clearly visible snake-like oscillation of the insulator strings. What is it now? 12:05, 4ZP 106 extension tower, which is rattling itself to bits. We tried to stop the traffic going through. They're worried about it coming over. There's loose bracings flapping about on it. You can also see span 106, 107 and 108 in the distance. Just check the wind speed and it's gusting up to 22 miles an hour. We're not certain of the direction. 1st of February again, it's 1 PM, rough on Lexington Edge, panning in on 4ZP 145. The galloping has actually calmed down quite a lot since yesterday, and with a bit of luck we could get away with no major trouble here. Conditions are absolutely atrocious. It's just like being on the top of Everest. Very cold, windy, icy, everything you can imagine. Right, 1st of February again, span 4ZP 129 130. We're filming from the main road at the bottom of the big span. Big span, although it's moving, isn't moving too much. Most movement seems to be back from the big span towards, what is it? What is it, Frank? Where's it moving most? From 129 to 128 to 127?
Yeah, well, it's moving all down that section back to 106. From 106, it's moving right up to 78.
Yeah. What about, where's the conductor come off? What span? Off what tower?
Off 28.
Off 128, which we're now filming. Which phase?
Bottom phase.
Bottom phase.
Green orange.
Green orange, which is the Rochdale Bradford West circuit. The insulators are parting. I know there are a couple come with
There's
it.
2 on the floor and 1 still hanging on.
But it's still, it's off the decking. They've just made a big catenary now.
Yeah, they're galloping. They must be going up about 30 feet or so over.
Yeah, I've just been up at 145 and it's steady down quite a lot.
This section between tension towers 122 and 129 at an altitude of 325 metres is situated immediately on the west side of the big span. This is probably the most severe conductor galloping that has been observed on this line. It is the only section of the line where the insulator string has actually parted, although the damage to the tower steelwork is not as extensive as on other sections of the line. You can hear the linesman in the background making verbal reports to the foreman, who is situated further down the line.
Where it's hanging down, it seems to be blowing more into the tower now, over.
If you're thinking of doing any good putting a washing on it, Frank, if you can, if anybody has any rope anywhere to make it secure over.
I don't think last year have been much good lately. It's that hectic up here. But I'll ask Jim what he thinks after it. Over.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Hello Leo, we're just looking at this 1 to 8. I don't think anything we can do with it. It's not bloody windy up here, it's worse than Blackstone Edge. Push the set down. This is the Diamond Crossing tower number 4ZP97, so called because both circuits have a 132 kV area buoyed line crosses under each side of the tower. This again is a high altitude section about 350 metres above sea level. Almost all the jumpers on this tower are damaged or broken, and it is expected that the galloping will have loosened many bolts and bracings. An interesting feature is the relative lack of movement on the single conductor 132 kV line. We're now at the Burnley Bay Cup road crossing. The road crossing is span 4ZP 8889. It's 1435. I think we can see the lowest number at the top of the hill is 86, so we can see 86, 87, 88, 89 the road crossing, down to 90 the tension, and you can see a number of towers and spans going up to the Diamond Crossing. Noticeable how this CF line, this 132 line, there's no movement on it, it's just moving the insulators across and that's it, isn't it? It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing the difference between the single conductor and quad. This galloping's changed, hasn't it, on here?
Yeah, it's changed, yeah. Next time we're galloping now instead of a straight in line one.
No, it's noticeable, really.
It's noticeable, it's definitely changed, right. It's a lot more fierce now than what it was this morning.
Fiercer?
Much more fiercer, yeah.
Is that what you think?
Indeed, and we're watching them for ages up there, they just, what's the rest of them going up and down like that, and then they just started going into a snake, you know.
By the looks of it, it looks like there's going to be something down very shortly, it's so serious. Hello, good afternoon, and here we are at Tower 4ZP90 on the supergrid. As you can see, there's quite a lot of deflection on the tower arms, there's a lot of movement on the insulators. The jumper on the green orange circuit is broken. If you look down the line, you'll be able to see quite severe conductor galloping. That is the Rochdale Bradford West circuit that we're on at the moment. If you notice the middle arm, the deflection, there's quite a lot of movement there in the steel, and there's 1 or 2 bolts flying out by the sound of things. Here we are at Ray Whittle and Bill Fenton, Northwestern District Transmission Region. Over to you, out.
We are now looking at tower 4ZP91, up towards the Diamond Crossing 4ZP97. One of the most severe examples of conductor galloping was experienced on this section. It is now 1500 hours on the 1st of February, and we have returned to tower 4ZP106. There is growing concern about the tower's integrity, and as a result we have now instructed the police to close the road. Let us now highlight some of the specific problems with the steelwork which could endanger the tower. Here we see that all the retaining bolts which secure the diamond section to the horizontal on the tower body have sheared, the bolt holes being clearly visible. We are now looking at the middle arm on the Padium-Egborough circuit. All the vertical bracings between the horizontal and the raker have fallen off. In comparison comparison, the majority of the bracings on the corresponding arm on the Rochdale-Bradford West circuit are still intact, although we can see one loose bracing flapping against another. As the camera moves from the midsection of the tower towards the top, the strain on the tower is clearly visible. The conductor arms are deflecting, the top part of the tower is distorting, and undoubtedly causing severe stress on steelwork, bolts, insulators and fittings. Here we see highlighted typical damage sustained by the bracings. This one is situated near the base of the tower. The movement of the whole structure is now so severe that it has become necessary to remove the line gang from the immediate vicinity. Weekend in the 23rd of February, some 3 weeks since the events took place. To date, we know of over 200 sections of conductor damage, and in a number of locations it is serious damage where the aluminium conductor has worn down to the steel core. These sections will require new lengths of conductor jointing into the line, or possibly complete sections of line may have to be restrung. This is one where the conductors were pulled out of the clamps on bottom phase. Martin Rayford and his gang have just changed these two clamps, which are badly damaged, as you can see. What's wrong with that one, Martin? That's nearly through.
That one's about 2/3 of the way through. It's just...
Can you see this? Can you focus up on that? You see how badly worn it is? That one had broken off altogether, and the conductor was held in position by the spacers. We've now put on the bottom phase 4 new clamps, is that right?
That's right, yeah.
And clamp the conductor back in. There's also, what else? Did you say
The actual yoke plate itself was coming adrift from the bottom of the set.
Oh, that's right, the dowel pin was coming out.
That's right, yeah. The split pin had gone completely and the dowel pin was on its way.
Come down. Oh, it was virtually
Another day it would have gone and the bundle would have dropped down.
Okay. And what else were you saying on 102 or 101 with similar damage?
Similar problem, yeah. I think it's 101.
101, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the first time we've really been able to go on the towers to do any work. Up to now, what, the last couple of weeks it's been iced up, the old legs, and just too dangerous to climb altogether.
Too icy, completely too icy,
yeah. Is there ice up there now?
It's not too bad now. The insulators themselves are covered in ice, so we've had to do everything off a ladder, obviously for safety.
Yeah.
The tower's not too bad.
I see.
Still ice on the other face.
There's ice on the other face, but not so much on this side, so you've got to be very careful, have you?
Yeah. So to watch where you put your feet.
Yeah, it's still a bit dangerous, but we're making a good attempt.
We're trying. Yeah.
Oh. There are 37 quad jumpers broken or damaged, of which these are typical examples. 27 line end arcing horns are broken off, some still hanging on the conductor, others lying in the snow. On 20 towers, large quantities of bolts are loose or missing, and on one tower there is extensive damage to the main legs, which will require the top section of the tower to be rebuilt. The main problem that has hampered repair work on the highest altitude sections of the line is the Arctic weather conditions. There is ice on the insulators and fittings, making them too dangerous to work on. Heavily iced conductors make it impossible to carry out trolley inspections. And there is also a danger from falling ice. This linesman is holding a block of ice that has just fallen from the conductor. Where it is possible for men and materials to be transported to the towers, climbing in most cases is out of the question. In some cases, access by Land Rovers and other vehicles has proved impracticable, and in one instance the Land Rover became stuck and had to be dragged out using a muskeg track vehicle, the only vehicle capable of operating in these conditions. In some situations, the only way personnel could reach some sections of the line was by use of a helicopter, and even then, snow and ice coupled with blustery conditions made landing difficult and hazardous.